Jackson Police Chief Joseph Wade delivered an update today on an apparent murder that occurred in the past week. Chief Wade says officers found two people outside a home in the 400 block of West Hill Drive.
Sharice Fowler wanted nothing more in life than to be the best version of herself while navigating being a mother to 4 young children. Still fairly new to the Jackson, Mississippi area, she and her family were making their house a home. With family ties in St. Louis, Missouri, at some point in her younger life, she would move to Greenwood, Mississippi. The fairly small town is located about 96 miles north of the state capital, Jackson, and in Greenwood is where Sharice would graduate high school. However, before finishing school in 2019, she became a young mother at the tender age of 16 in the year of 2017. She would have her first daughter that year on August the 11th by her boyfriend, a then 19-year-old Darius Kyles. Darius was a present father, and after Sharice finished school in 2019, the couple got their first apartment together in the summer of 2020. She would often share posts of the two and share how in love she was with her child's father, who she called her best friend. Even though they both were teen parents, it appeared that it did not stop them from making a way for themselves. On Halloween Day of 2021, the pair will welcome a second child, a son, and it was instant love for Sharice as she was hoping to have a boy one day. Now the young family of 4 seemed complete, but Sharice would surprise everyone when she popped out pregnant with a belly just months after giving birth to her son. She wanted only positive vibes coming her way because she knew being a young mom and just having a baby and pregnant again would come with its own negativity. By this point, she was living in Lexington, Mississippi, another small town located 35 miles south of Greenwood. Her third child and second little girl came into the world in September 2022, and just like the two before her, she was an exciting addition to the family. Becoming a mother at a young age caused Sharice to grow up quicker, and in return, she knew she needed to be wiser for her kids. She was 100% hands-on, being very active and present in all aspects of her kids' lives while working as a customer service specialist. When it came to Darius, she made sure to give him his flowers and tell him what he meant to her and their family. On his 24th birthday, she said, "Today is a special day. It's my baby, my backbone, and my boyfriend, and most of all, my kid's father's birthday. Being with this man has changed me so much in a positive way. Through all the petty arguments and disagreements, we still find a way to laugh it off. I love being around this man because he's a pure sweetheart. He's so loving, caring, and dependable, and I wouldn't trade him for anything in the world. The love that we have for each other is so unconditional. Like I say all the time, my man is the real GOAT. Happy 24th birthday, baby. I love you, and I'm going to make sure you enjoy your day." This post was not uncommon for her, as she always told of her love for him on her social media. Sharice had a desire to marry Darius one day. Even though their life was set up unconventionally, she still wanted that final I do. Then in 2023, Sharice gave birth to her 4th child and was now the mother to 2 girls and 2 boys. Her 4 kids were the key to her heart, and she made sure everyone knew that they were her biggest flex. She was never concerned about hanging out or having a lot of friends because she knew her life was set up a little differently. By 2024, she was now living in Jackson, Mississippi with her family and started a job working from home. Not being from the area, she probably didn't know too many people, and she often spoke on how she stayed to herself most times. Sharice did not want Mississippi to be her final home, though, as she was making plans to move out of state in the future. However, those plans would not end up coming to light after a shocking discovery was made. After an eerie message was sent to a family member by Darius and then radio silence from Darius, that family member knew that something was seriously wrong. With much cause for concern at this point, that loved one then contacted the local authorities to do a welfare check on Darius, Sharice, and the kids. Soon as police arrived at the home, which was located on the 400 block of West Hill Drive, it is when they made a gruesome discovery. They quickly found both 23-year-old Sharice Fowler and 26-year-old Darius Kyles unalive in the front of their home. All 4 kids were located inside the home alone, and it was soon determined that their parents had been unalive for 4 days outside. Furthermore, all 4 of the kids sadly were left to fend for themselves for those 4 days inside the home alone. According to the Jackson Chief of Police, the bodies of the adults were located on the outside of the home under the carport garage area. The children hadn't disturbed the bodies in any type of way, but they were inside of the home for all those days without supervision, without any food, or without any of the basic necessities that would have been supplied by their mother. I can't even fathom the thought of what those poor kids had to experience, especially the now 7-year-old Skylar, the oldest daughter, who sadly knew what happened. She told detectives that her mother was unalive. After everything took place, she probably looked out the window and saw her mother and then took on the responsibility of trying to take care of her 3, 2, and 1-year-old siblings. That child saw her mother take care of 3 little ones back to back, and I'm sure she did her best at 7 to try and take care of them while being completely terrified. What little Skylar experienced is heartbreaking, and she should have never been put in that position. Thank God that loved one called for a welfare check to be done, because having no food for too many more days and this tragedy would have been way worse. The children were taken to the hospital after being found and then placed with CPS until Sharice's mother were able to get them. The even sadder part is that when investigators looked into what happened to the couple, they determined that Darius had taken the life of Sharice and then turned the gun on himself.
Chief Wade says officers found 2 people outside a home in the 400 block of West Hill Drive. The victims are 23-year-old Sharice Fowler and 26-year-old Darius Kyles. Both suffered from gunshot wounds and are believed to have been dead since Wednesday. The chief says with the evidence they already have, investigators believe Lyles Fowler then took his own life. He says the most disturbing thing is that 4 young children, were left inside this home for 4 days without any adult supervision.
There was a family member that reached out after he went over and had not heard from the gentleman over a certain amount of time. And also he was concerned about the last message that he had received. When you're talking about generational trauma, and when I heard that one of the babies, said that their mother had been, and they'd been inside the house for 4 days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. That is trauma that those babies will never get over.
At the time she lost her life, she was working on her future, her peace, and her sanity. Nothing was more important than motherhood to Sharice, and her goal was to become a better woman and mother every day. Her life was not only snatched from her prematurely, but from 4 beautiful kids who loved her unconditionally. Sadly, for Skylar, Kendarius, Kalani, and Darius Jr., they now have no parents because of a horrific decision that their own father made. Though the youngest 3 will most likely not remember, 7-year-old Skylar will never forget the horrible day she lost both her parents. No kid deserves to grow up with that kind of trauma on their back. My thoughts and prayers are with all 4 of those babies and all of their loved ones in this horrible time. Sharice's life mattered, and she should have still been here. So please don't forget to comment your thoughts and prayers for this family in their difficult time, and hit that like button and share to make your people aware. And as always, remember to stay woke. Things change quickly.